If you've reached the beginning of February and you're still maintaining your New Year's resolutions, congratulations. You're not using that pricey Christmas exercise bike as a laundry rack. You haven't spent your vegetable prep time trying to figure out how many Hershey's Kisses you can fit into those little portion control lunchboxes. Maybe you're marching boldly into establishing healthy habits. Or maybe you're like me and you hear Paul's advice in 2 Timothy 1:7 and you feel convicted. Changing our habits is hard. Changing our lives is hard. Loving Jesus is easy, but serving him tirelessly and boldly, that part gets difficult to maintain sometimes. When the world wears us down, we get stressed out. We get our feelings hurt. We get too tired to do ministry because we get too tired to care. And this is exactly where self-discipline comes in. This may be why Paul uses so much athletic training imagery in the New Testament. Living our faith is a contact sport. Serving God and neighbor gets muddy and sweaty. We need endurance and agility and strength and grace. When we choose sin or despair, our faith cramps up and we get dehydrated by separating ourselves from living water. Self-discipline gives us extra gears for life's steepest hills. Paul is not telling Timothy to do the impossible or to pretend to be someone else. Paul urges Timothy and all of us who long to serve God and share the gospel to build muscle memory for ministry. Self-discipline turns couch potatoes into contenders by sharpening our focus, teaching us not to settle for half-hearted efforts, and showing us how to rise to meet challenges over and over again. In 1 Corinthians 9, starting in chapter verse 24, Paul writes, "Do you know that in a race all the runners run, but only one gets the prize? Run in such a way to get the prize. Everyone who competes in the games goes into strict training. They do it to get a crown that will not last, but we do it to get a crown that will last forever. Therefore, I do not run like someone running aimlessly. I do not fight like a boxer beating the air. No, I strike a blow to my body and make it my slave, so that after I have preached to others, I myself will not be disqualified for that prize." Paul is hitting the gym every day, so to speak, in his own way, so that when he needs to act and speak boldly, he has the muscle memory to follow through. Trust in God and training to fall back on will defeat timidity. Self-discipline conditions us to stay bold and ready wherever and whenever the Spirit prompts us. When we spend time in the Word, we build muscles for asking, seeking, and learning. When we spend time in prayer, we build muscles for listening to the Spirit in all circumstances. When we spend time in community with fellow believers who challenge us to bring it time after time, we build muscles for stepping up even when we don't think we can. We learn that we don't have to go it alone, and we shouldn't. We have mentors, siblings, friends, our coaches and teammates in faith, and a God who loves us. Self-discipline gives us the strength to lift each other's spirits. It lifts us above slights and self-pity. It crowds out ego and resentment. It strengthens our grip on our joy. Self-discipline teaches us that when we don't think we have it in us, we have the Spirit in us. When prayer is our weapon of choice and not a last resort, we've built self-discipline. When we answer hatred with love and indifference with compassion, And we strive to respond to temptation and raw, ravenous pain by reciting scripture the way Jesus did. We've built self-discipline. Self-discipline shapes ordinary people for extraordinary service of an extraordinary God. May we build enough muscle memory through self-discipline that we can say someday, as Paul does in 2 Timothy 4:7, I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race. I have kept the faith. Thanks be to God.